Hey guys, J77 here, just taking a little time out to wish everybody a happy Labor Day weekend for those who are choosing to celebrate Labor Day. My Labor Day was really on Sunday, where I was celebrating with my sister. We had a fun time, reminiscing on some good old time as well as talking about some family things, both good and bad. But overall, it was very, very fun. It was very entertaining. I always love hanging out with my sister. She's to me is my true family. Next to my aunt and uncle, I really do. They give me the support to keep moving on. As for the actual Labor Day itself, look, guys, I'm gonna be very honest with you. I really am been down on that holiday for the last few years. I even often forget that it actually existed. Mainly because the reason is, it really, at least in my opinion, it really doesn't hold much volume anymore. It used to be a time where lots of people, the workforce was strong, everybody was working, and it really had value because for that one day, we actually had a chance for those who had the opportunity to take a rest and celebrate and appreciate those hardworking Americans who really have built this country pretty much from the ground up. That was pretty much what the sole reason why we have Labor Day is to celebrate those hard men and women that keeps the American dream flowing, as well as keeping the country flowing. These last 10, 15 years, I honestly don't see that anymore. And it's not because people are not working, it's because the jobs aren't staying in this country anymore. It's almost like there's more people unemployed than they are employed, and that's not a coincidence. The job market is terrible. My politicians, who claims they are for the American people, are really out for themselves. They talk a good game, but when it really comes down to it, I don't feel that any of them have any clue to fix the unemployment situation that has pretty much plagued this country for now going over 7 years now, going even longer than that. But now it's more extreme, and it's really depressing to me. So to me, celebrating something that I don't see anymore in this country, I can't really do that. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not gonna, benefit from some of the stuff that's going on around me. I probably will go to the West Indies parade, which is in my old stomping ground near Brooklyn. I may just plan, to hang out with my sister again that day. I'm gonna do something that Monday, but it's not gonna be basically to celebrate Labor Day. It's just basically going to be celebrating, with family. It's like another day to, really get together with friends. But in terms of Labor Day as a whole, I'm not gonna, dwell on that. And for the reason is that, there's too many people unemployed, still looking for jobs, still struggling to find jobs. The job market itself is a competition now, where it's not like the old days where you fill up an application and you hear from the employer who may want to hire you, get an interview. Now there's steps for these jobs. Now you have to have certain qualifications for these jobs. The same jobs that usually high school students get are now pretty much for adults now. There's not really many high school jobs out there anymore. I mean, most of the jobs you either require to have a high school diploma, and I have a problem with people wanting that document, but when they make it so damn difficult, where you got to look for every last application for the internet, where it can just easily walk in and fill one out, this becomes a hassle, becomes a pain, and it really does make the job market even more stressful, just looking for work than it is than ever before. I never have experience as a person, me, who has been dealing with this kind of situation. I never had to felt that kind of stress before when I was growing up in the 80s, and even in the 90s for that matter. This is a whole new ball game, and right now you have to really have the skills, or even the certifications just to have a job that really didn't require you having a certification. So yeah, it's not an easy this job hunt that this generation is dealing with is very, very, very tough. Is almost ridiculous to be honest with you. And more thing is that there's nobody really hiring out there, especially within inner cities. And those who are hiring, they're not advertising. They're not telling you where these so-called new jobs are out there, because they really don't either have the resources to do it, or they're just too lazy to to bring it out there. These corporations, which makes millions and millions of dollars, are just not advertising their openings, which makes it even more difficult. Pretty much, it's still the same old, same old. If you know someone who knows someone who knows someone, you probably get that job. If not, then too bad. But that's just one of many things. I'm not going to try and ramble on it in here. You guys understand. Those who have been struggling to find work understands the difficulty in trial. And believe me, I feel you. I'm right with you guys. So, yeah, it's very, very, very tough. So, to me, celebrating a holiday that to be honest with you, I don't have much respect for, or just or used to have respect for, but now as I look at it, I just can't do it. I'll celebrate something else other than that, family wise, friends, something that is more deeper to me than this holiday. I'll celebrate, but other than that, that's just about it. I'm really, not to take any damper from anybody else. If you celebrate Labor Day, that's cool. That's fine. Doesn't take away from my opinion. Doesn't take away from nobody else's parade. But this is why I choose not to really celebrate that. I find it very hard to celebrate a holiday when millions of people across the country, across the states, are out of work and still looking for work. That's just me. What's your feeling on that? This is pretty much unusual, because normally I do talk about entertainment. I don't really bring up this kind of conversation up, but I felt needed to do it because, like I said, there's really no sign of improvement within the next few years. It really isn't. And I knew coming into this, saying it, if people thought that the job market's going to get better within 6 months, it was delusional. But to me, why I'm more worried about this job market now is because no matter who's in charge, Democrat, Republican, whatever house it is, no one truly has an idea of how to create jobs. They have an idea how to cut funding. They have an idea how to shrink government. They have an idea of how to, not raise taxes. They have an idea how to get funding from other people in terms of taxes. But when you ask them the simple question, how are you going to create jobs, they either go around it or try to cover it with some other issue that has nothing to do with what people have asked. So that's my feeling on that. But again, you guys may have a different opinion. I want to hear from it. Until then, you guys have a nice holiday. If I decide to go to the West Indies parade, I will tell you my experience on it. I haven't been there in a while. I haven't been in my old stomping ground for that event for a while. It's kind of curious on how that's going to play out. If I go there, I will let you guys know. I will talk about it. But until then, this is J77 signing off.